Morning, the owner of a Highview home once filled with dangerous chemicals is expected in court today. In July of 2023, Mark Hibble was arrested and charged with wanton endangerment after the discovery of chemicals and explosives in his home. Police previously described it as a hoarding situation, saying Hibble was squatting in the house next door. Hibble's attorneys say he had the chemicals because at one point he and a partner were going to go into business to sell them. Because of the dangerous substances, the Environmental Protection Agency dismantled the house in October of last year. Hibble is currently out of jail on bond after completing a court-ordered 2-week treatment program. He's expected in court this morning at 9:30.
Well, this morning the search continues for 8-month-old Maya Rudd of Reynolds Station, Kentucky, following the arrest of her parents and grandparents. Kentucky State Police originally opened a missing child investigation last Thursday after they executed a search warrant and welfare check for Maya. Through its investigation, KSP arrested and charged Maya's parents, Tesla Tucker and Cage Rudd, and her grandfather, Ricky Smith. All three are facing multiple drug trafficking charges and are expected in court this morning in Ohio County, Kentucky at 9. As KSP continued its investigation, it found an active warrant out for Maya's grandmother, Billy Rudd Smith. Smith was arrested yesterday on domestic violence charges stemming from a 2023 incident. Now, troopers did not find Maya with her grandmother, and they are still looking for the missing 8-month-old. If you have any information on where she is, you can call the KSP Post 16 with tips at 270-826-3312.
Kentucky State Police are also investigating after a man was killed in a road rage incident in Carroll County. KSP says officers responded to a call near Interstate 71 at exit 43 on reports of a road rage incident involving 2 cars. According to preliminary reports, one driver called dispatch saying the other driver showed them a firearm. KSP says both vehicles exited the interstate before shots were fired. The Carroll County coroner identified the man shot as Daniel Schaus of Carrollton. He died at the scene. KSP said it's working to figure out the identity of the other driver.
Well, it was a real knockout for the city. Almost 20,000 people in attendance and bringing in $2.5 million. UFC Fight Night at the KFC Yum Center was setting brand new records.
The event was the highest grossing UFC Fight Night of all time and the highest grossing sporting event in KFC Yum Center history. WHAS11's Jose Alonso shows us how it's impacting the city.
The KFC Yum Center was packed with visitors as the Ultimate Fighting Championship made its return to Louisville after an 11-year hiatus. According to the organization, Saturday's event set records as the highest-grossing UFC Fight Night of all time and the highest-grossing sports event at the Yum Center.
Everyone that was there just made it such an exciting event. They really got into it and were some of the best fans that they've had at one of their live events. So just kudos to our fans for showing up and showing that support. And when you have almost 20,000 people in a venue, it's special. And last night was very special for the city of Louisville.
Last Tuesday, Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg announced that the city itself contributed $4.2 billion to the state's $13.8 billion in tourism economy last year alone in 2023. Visitation is increasing in Derby City, and the KFC Yum Center is currently in talks with the UFC about hosting another event in the near future. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 on your side.
The Louisville Sports Commission says in part, events like UFC Fight Night, quote, reinforces our community's reputation as a premier sports destination.
Taking a closer look at some of the tourism dollars coming to our area, Kentucky saw $13.8 billion from tourism in 2023. Louisville contributed to over a third of that at more than $4 billion. This was a record-breaking year for both the state and the metro, with massive events like the 150th Derby, the PGA, and now the UFC 2024 could be an even bigger year for the Commonwealth.
Well, it is Dirt Bowl tournament time. The first weekend of the Basketball League is in the books out at Shawnee Park. The summer staple first started back in 1969, and it's been known to attract talent from all across the region. We've even seen some NBA and NCAA stars come out to play and watch. The 6-week tournament began on Saturday.
So we have 24 teams this year. We have 4 women's teams, 6 junior Dirt Bowl teams, over 350 participants. So the Dirt Bowl continues to grow. It's going to be one of our biggest years we've had in a long time.
Last year, the mighty East End recaptured its title, but this year it is anyone's tournament. Championship is slated to be played on August 4th.